to take my first look at next week's lines. I'm not placing any bets. I can't tell y'all any type of locks or anything like that. Learn my lesson. We'll wait until later on in the week once the news comes out and everything that's going on. But just a good chance to kind of talk about everything. Again, we got the game tonight. So definitely want to kind of see how JJ McCarthy does, how Ben Johnson does in the new Chicago Bears, right? I tell you, Detroit didn't look that good. Was it Ben Johnson? I don't know. We'll see. Is Caleb Williams going to fit right into what Jared Goff was doing? Is Caleb Williams actually going to be good? I don't know. I know Jaden was good. That I do know. That's where we start next Thursday. Washington at Green Bay. Washington is a 3.5 point road dog. Total is set at 48.5. Yeah. I think that's probably a little disrespectful of my Packers, to be honest with you. I think there's a little bit of money probably coming in. I don't know if this opened up at a different number. I'm just looking at them now. Um, I think the Packers should be favored by more than the field goal, 3.5. I think they're probably closer to 5. So what they should be favored by. We'll see if it moves though. Uh, I could be completely wrong. I'm biased, guys. When I talk about the Skins or the Commanders or whatever the hell you want to call them, I'm ignorant, right? I've got foggy brain because I bleed burgundy and gold. So don't come to me asking me whether or not the Commanders are going to win or not. Every single week, I'm going to root for them like hell. I'm going to say hell yeah, they're going to win, and most of the time they're not. But here lately, that's not the case. So I'm new to this whole like actually having a good team stuff. So um, I don't place bets when it comes to the Commanders on the win or the total. I will do prop bets. Um, I will say in that looking at the props, Krosky Merritt, I hit him over 40 yards on 2 different bets and cashed very nicely on it. I'm sure that his yardage total is going to go up. I would probably lean towards the under on that for him. I know that if Gibbs and Montgomery can't put up yards against that Green Bay defense, I just don't necessarily think that he's going to be able to. Um, so I would probably lean towards under that 40 mark. I'm sure it'll probably be higher than that. Let me see. I know you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but I do want to just see. There is some rushing props. He's not even on the board yet. And that's just longest rush props on DraftKings right now. So they don't have the lines for the individual longest completion, just different things like that. So it's still early. Still early, guys. Sunday, New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys at home, and their land is at 6 or 8. Good grief. It's terrible. Font's like that big. Um, Cowboys are favored by 6 points, juiced to the Giants at -112. Then the total is going to be juiced to the under of 44.5. Yeah, I mean it's got to be a get back game for the Cowboys. I would probably I'd probably lean towards there would be somebody that I'm going to be thinking about in a survivor pool. I don't think that I have them already locked in my survivor pools like an idiot for the entire season. I can change them if I want to, but that gets complicated. I'll just ride with what I want. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think that they're absolutely going to win. Do they win by 6? Maybe not. Honestly, like the Giants, if they can protect, and yeah, I mean, if they can protect, I mean, Russell Wilson was pressured on 50 some odd percent of his snaps last week. He couldn't get the ball to Malik Neighbors. I don't, I don't see the Cowboys being as good of a defense, especially a pass defense, as um, As Washington, I think that Malik Neighbors probably has a good game. It's probably close. I don't like giving up almost a touchdown in a division game. We'll see what it goes, though, see if it moves. 49ers at the Saints. So the 49ers are 6.5 point favorites on the road. Um, don't think much about this game at all because I didn't really follow anything with what's going on with the Saints as of yet. Need to go back and look at that. Um, I know there's a lot of people in San Francisco bitching about Brian Robinson Jr. Like I don't know where that's coming from. That's what I'm hearing. Um, we'll see. Uh, we dig more into that. They don't seem to be happy with that. I know Washington's absolutely happy with giving up a fifth round pick for Debo, though. San Francisco should win this game. Do they cover the points on the road? Yeah, I mean it's probably a pretty good line there. Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a 3.5 point favorite at home. Um, it'd be interesting to see if maybe this week they put Travis Hunter on defense, right? Um, they should. If he's good at defense, they should absolutely do it, considering the weapons that Cincinnati has. So we'll see what that decision is. Jacksonville did not look good. Cincinnati didn't look great either, to be honest with you. Honestly, Joe Flacco looks a whole lot better than Burrow, but they still won. It's an ugly game. Cincinnati needs to win this game. 3.5 points, probably. You would think that their offense is going to get together at some point. They've got a lot of firepower. So total set at 49.5. If you're putting up 50 points, Cincinnati is going to probably put up 31 of those. So I would say that they probably cover, would be my initial lean on that one. Seattle at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a total at 40.5 right now. They're favored by 3 with Seattle and a total of 40.5. That's too low, according to last week. So, yeah, I mean, I thought it would take a little while for Aaron Rodgers to get acclimated to everything. All he really had was like DK, and that was about it, right? And I wasn't confident that the Jets were going to be able to do anything, especially on the Steelers defense. Apparently, Steelers defense ain't that great. The Jets defense ain't that great. Aaron Rodgers is great. All these different things. 40 points is low in the NFL. And after what they just did, I'm absolutely keeping my eye on that total. I would assume that that is going to get bet up. 3 point favors against Seattle. Seattle's coming West Coast to East Coast, so I kind of like where that line sits. It's pretty accurate, in my opinion. The Rams are a 6 point favorite on the road against Tennessee. Coming soon, guys. Coming soon. You're not going to be able to bet against Tennessee just because they have this rookie quarterback. Coming soon, this rookie quarterback's going to be legit. I don't know if it's this week. But yeah, I think the Rams probably do end up winning this game. I don't like them as much as I like Denver against the rookie quarterback last week, and I didn't go that well. I do have the Rams winning their division this year in my division picks that we made a couple of weeks ago. So I'm absolutely going to want them to go out there and get the dub. I think that they can. 6 is a lot, though. I don't know if they're going to cover that by any stretch. Baltimore is a 12.5 point home favorite against Cleveland. And you know what? It's not enough points. It's not enough points. Sunday Night Football was a mess. Okay. But let me tell you that 55 minutes of that game were dominated by the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are beasts. The Baltimore Ravens don't necessarily have the greatest defense, but honestly, I think that their defense is a lot better than everybody's going to think that they are because the Bills are just that damn good. Um, Baltimore and their defense will be okay. All right. Cleveland, they threw the ball around. So, I mean, I hit Joe Flacco's over on his total yards for the week, along with Jaden Daniels' total yards. So, I like that. I'm sure that Flacco is going to be in this game as well. It's a divisional game, but 12 and a half points probably still isn't enough. I mean, it is a division game. So, but I don't see Cleveland doing anything at all this year. Chicago at Detroit. Detroit is a 5.5 point favorite. It's hard for me to tell until I actually see what happens with Chicago tonight and what they're looking at. Right now, the way that Detroit looked, and this being uh, Ben Johnson coming back to Detroit, right? The way that Detroit and their offense looked without Ben Johnson against the Packers in week one. Now Ben Johnson comes into town with his new toy, Caleb Williams. That's a sneaky, sneaky play right there. It's a 1 o'clock game. Um, I don't know. I mean, could Detroit be 0-2? Could that happen? That'd be amazing. It really would. That'd be crazy. It'd be absolutely wild if that happens. Um, 5.5 points is disrespectful for a division game there. With I think it's the best division in football. Maybe the AFC West, maybe the AFC West, but I think it is top to bottom the best. I still don't like Caleb Williams. I don't, but I got to see what Ben Johnson's all about, right? Like I got to see if he's actually able to get him to follow direction. If he follows direction, the dude's talented. He has got talent for days. It just comes down to if he can actually stay in the structure, in my opinion. Buffalo at the Jets, 6.5 point road favorites. Buffalo, total 45 and a half. Um, the total's not enough. And yeah, I mean, I should go back and watch a good part of that. Just being here in Morgantown too, like there's a lot of Pittsburgh fans here. I should probably go watch that Pittsburgh and the Jets game. I don't, without fully watching that game and just kind of seeing what the highlights were and things like that. 6.5 points isn't enough. The Bills should roll over top of the Jets. Um, yeah, I don't see that being a thing. Um, and 45.5 points may not be enough either. Um, the last one on the 1 o'clock slate is the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. New England is a 1.5 point dog on the road against Miami. That's something that I'm going to bet right now. I told you guys that I wasn't going to do any locks and I wasn't going to place any bets and things like that on this one. Kind of a look ahead and this, that, the other. I'm taking New England plus 1.5, like 2 units right now. New England's winning that game. Miami's done already. Miami's done. If Tyreek Hill makes it to the trade deadline with Miami, and if their coach, his name's slips McDaniel, if he makes it to the end of the season employed, I'll be shocked. I'll be absolutely shocked. They gave up everywhere, all around the field. Yeah, no, don't don't buy into that. New England plus 1.5. I'm not going to say it's a lock because I told you in the beginning that it's not, but I'm putting 2 units on it right now. Carolina at Arizona. I don't know what I was thinking about. I picked Carolina to win last week. Was Carolina one of the locks? I don't even remember. I got to go back into my notes. Look, yeah, I don't think it was. I don't think I was that stupid. Something about maybe not trusting Jacksonville. It was a weird game, right? There was the delay for lightning or whatever. Like that's the second game in a week and a half that I've or a week that I've watched that has had a delay due to weather. It doesn't really happen that much in football. It's crazy. It's just a funny game. And yeah, no, I don't know what I was thinking. Carolina's still not good, right? Um, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. Arizona, 6.5. They're at home. 6.5 points is still a lot, though. Um, Kyler, he had a pretty good game, right? Marvin Harrison caught a touchdown. Um, hmm, yeah, I don't know. I have to relook at all that stuff because I picked Carolina last week for whatever reason. And then when I was going through and giving my recap for wins and losses, I was like 9-5 on Sunday or through Sunday. I was 9-5 on my picks. Not too bad, right? Just heads up, win or loss, money line picks, not against the spread or anything like that. Let's not get crazy. Um, but when you're picking 9 out of 14, that's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. Um, Carolina was one of the fives. Not sure why I picked them. Denver at Indianapolis. Denver is a 2.5 point favorite at Indianapolis. So you're in a dome. Um, yeah, wow. That's interesting. Bo Nix did not look good. Um, they tried to lose that game. They tried to screw up so many survivor pool picks um, by losing to Tennessee. They really tried. They tried hard to lose. Bo Nix was not great. I mean, it was a D plus performance, if that, right? Whereas he had Russell Wilson looking like a Daniel Jones and Daniel Jones looking like a Peyton Manning. It was crazy. Daniel Jones balled out. Um, I've seen this story before. It was just a different shade of blue, though. Expect Daniel Jones to play terribly against the Broncos. Just gonna throw that out there. Um, Denver looked like crap at home against a rookie quarterback. Indianapolis looked great, right? Quarterback, no problem. This, that, the other. Everybody and their brother is probably going to be on Indy. I don't expect this to be a 2.5 point spread for long. I think that this will get bet the other way, where Indy ultimately ends up getting favored by Sunday. Um, I think it could flip that much. And I will wait until right before Sunday and take the plus points or the plus money, whichever one comes, right? Like, but it would be money line in Denver. I've seen this. I'm a fan of the NFC East, so I've seen this movie many, many times with Daniel Jones. Just because he looked good last week doesn't mean that he's going to look good this week. And ultimately, probably means that he won't. I don't know if he's ever put 2 weeks together back to back. Philadelphia at KC, that's the Super Bowl rematch. Basically a pick 'em game. They do have it as Philadelphia is favored by half a point, juiced to the half a point for Philadelphia. 46.5 is the total. Um, Philadelphia's going to win this game. Philadelphia's a better team. Kansas City's going to be 0-2. I, I want Kansas City to win this game. I really do. I mean, I'm a Skins fan, right? Like, I want to see Philadelphia lose. Kansas City should be one of the teams in the league that can make Philadelphia lose. It's not going to happen, even at Arrowhead. That's the only way that this even stays close, is because of Arrowhead. I would be shocked if Kansas City wins this game. Um, but it's a coin flip. I mean, there's no real value either way. You're at minus 115 to bet the Philly right now. I don't see it getting to the point where you're going to be at plus points and you're getting points with Philadelphia. You may have to end up laying 1.5 to get a better number than 115. So we'll see. Um, Atlanta at Minnesota is the Sunday night game. Again, we don't have any information on JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings and what they're going to do until the game tonight happens. So is there judgment um, on there? Minnesota is a 4.5 point favorite right now. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen what Minnesota does yet. So Atlanta didn't look great. Monday Night Football is Tampa Bay at Houston. Tampa Bay is not favored in that. I guess they're the road team, and so they're like they can't win. I don't know. Tampa Bay should be the favorite in that game. Um, They are 2.5 point dog. It's not something like it's not like the Patriots where I'm just jumping on it to bet it right now. Um, It'd be a fun little parlay though. Parlay Tampa Bay plus 2.5, New England plus 1.5. Maybe. Might put a little bit on that. I think Tampa Bay wins this game. I don't think that CJ had a great game by any stretch of the imagination. Um, I think Baker did. I think that Ibuka is real. And then you still got other weapons for Tampa Bay. Um, 42.5 is a low number too. I think that's very low. But what was it like 3-18 or however many it was, 3-15, and I guess it would be 3-13. One game I heard in place at 3-12. But only three games went over is what I'm trying to fucking say. I can't talk, but not many games went over except for obviously Pittsburgh and the New York Jets, which we won't talk about. Nonetheless, that's week two. What it's coming down to, I do like that Tampa Bay plus 2.5, and we'll parlay action with the New England Patriots plus 1.5. I don't know. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not locking any of them in. I really like New England plus points, though. They are going to win that game. I would almost bet my survivor pool on New England winning that game. I'm not going to, but I almost would. What was my survivor pick? I think my survivor pick was Buffalo. I'm almost positive I picked Buffalo. They're playing the Jets. Yep. Yep. Buffalo was my survivor pool pick. Um, no doubt about it. Buffalo's for real. All right, guys.